Made popular in France during the 17th century, sorbet is a flavorful, delicious, easy-to-make frozen dessert from fruit puree. The strawberries look good, so today on Diane Bakes, we're going to make strawberry sorbet. Sorbets are among the most delicious and easiest desserts you can make using your ice cream maker. Another thing that makes them so wonderful is that they're so versatile. You can basically make a sorbet out of anything. I've made it out of beer, I've made it out of champagne, but today I'm going to make it out of strawberries. And you can see I have a whole bunch that are already cut up. Just going to cut these last two. And to these cut up strawberries, I'm going to add granulated sugar and the juice of 1 lemon. I have about 3/4 cup of sugar. I'm going to sprinkle it around, toss it a little. And this is if you ever in a cookbook read about macerating fruit, that's what we're doing right now. Adding some sugar, adding the lemon juice of 1 lemon, which is about 3 or 4 tablespoons. And ideally, this should be refrigerated for at least an hour. I prefer to do it overnight. After the time has passed, you'll see that not only are you softening the fruit, you're also creating this wonderful sweet syrup that's going to help make the sorbet. So this is all mixed, and I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap and put it in the fridge overnight. Now the strawberries, I had them in the fridge overnight, and you can see here they've made this lovely syrup, just sweet strawberry syrup, along with the whole pieces of strawberry, but they're a little softer now. I'm going to put this in the blender. You can, if you have a potato masher, you can do it that way if you want more of a chunky sort of sorbet, but I don't want that. I want mine to be a little smoother. I'm going to blend the strawberries. Into that I'm going to add 2 cups of very, very cold water and also 1/4 cup of light corn syrup. You'll see corn syrup is just one of these really sticky, icky things, and it just gets on everything and you can never get it out of your bowl. So what I've done is put it in a glass measuring cup and put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds, and you'll see when I pour it in that it pours in pretty smoothly. Okay, here's the blender. These are my strawberries. Eesh. You don't want to spill them. So I'm standing on my tippy toes. Okay. Here are 2 cups of very, very cold water. And the corn syrup. The corn syrup, the reason behind it, again, it's sugar, but it is a liquid sugar that then will enable this mixture to not get icy when you put it in the freezer. Invert sugar, that's what it's also called. Okay. And I am going to pulse on the chop feature. I'm going to take a peek and see how it looks. Good. Well, this is my ice cream maker. Mine's made by Krups, and there's also another one that's made by Cuisinart, and they're the same thing. So they're both around $50, which is really very reasonable. And if you're an ice cream buff, I would highly recommend getting one. It's probably one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. So very simple. It's got just 3 parts to it. You have the lid, pardon me, 4 parts. The blade, and then the canister. And this I keep in my freezer so it stays frozen all the time after I use it. When it's not frozen and you shake it, you'd hear that there's this liquid in the canister, and you freeze it, that stays cold, keeps the mixture as cold as it could be. So I'm going to take the sorbet mixture, put it into the canister, and put the blade in the canister on top of the base, and this will then spin around, but the blade stays put, and as it turns, it's going to scrape the frozen mixture from the sides, making the sorbet and putting air into it. That's what ice cream really is. It's cold and air is churned into it. So here's my strawberry sorbet mixture. Pour it into my cylinder. Yikes! Eesh. Splashing a bit. Oh, thank goodness I don't have on anything white. Okay. Okay, done with that. And here's the blade. Put the frozen canister with my mixture in it on the motorized base, and they're very clever little folks, these Krups people. The motor will not start unless the lid is locked in. So there's one speed, and in 20 minutes we're gonna have strawberry sorbet. About 20 minutes have gone by, and you can see that the sorbet is now just like a mush, a slushy mush. It just tastes like cold fresh strawberries. And I'm gonna put it into a container, into the freezer, because then it will be ready for eating. See? So here you have our strawberry sorbet, just served up very simply in a frosted martini glass. I've put a piece of fresh strawberry, a little piece of rosemary as a garnish. Really simple and beautiful, and so easy to make. Enjoy!